In a freezing wasteland, a carriage brings a criminal orc to a huge, fortified prison. Inside, he meets his cellmates, Ejin, a bard, and Halga, a barbarian. Ejin kindly warns the orc to behave, but the orc tries to flirt with Halga. She responds by breaking his knees and smashing his face. The next day, Ejin and Halga plead for their pardon before the Absolution Council. Ejin starts by sharing his backstory to explain why they're in trouble. Years ago, he was part of the Harper's faction, a group of spies fighting evil without payment. By day, he'd spy on mercenaries, stop bandits, and bring the Red Wizards to justice. At night, he'd return to his wife Zia and their daughter Kira. Zia didn't mind their poverty because she believed Ejin was making the world better. One night, he found Red Wizards leaving, and when he rushed inside, Zia was dying. With her last breath, she told him she hid Kira in the wall. That day, Ejin lost his dedication to his oath. Raising Kira alone was tough for Ejin, and he often drowned his sorrows at the tavern. Then he met Halga, banished from her tribe for loving an outsider. Halga felt for the baby and agreed to help Ejin raise her, but they never became a couple. Their bond was based on respect. Struggling to survive, Ejin and Halga turned to thievery. They started small, robbing jewelry shops. When they got hold of a necklace that granted invisibility, they gave it to Kira for safety. As Kira grew older, she joined their heists, and they expanded their team with Sorcerer Simon and Rogue Forge. Their rule was simple: no harm to anyone, and only steal from the wealthy. Everything changed when they met wizard Sci-Fi, who wanted their help to rob Corinne's keep, a Harper stronghold. At first, Ejin refused, but Forge changed his mind by revealing the keep held the Tablet of Reawakening, which could bring Zia back to life. Despite Kira's pleas, Ejin insisted she stay home because of the danger. He kept the truth about the tablet from her, just in case. The team infiltrated Corinne's keep smoothly until Ejin triggered a trap while grabbing the tablet, summoning guards. Sci-Fi broke the rules, knocking out the guards in freezing time, trapping Halga and Ejin. Ejin, knowing they might not succeed, entrusted the tablet to Forge to keep Kira safe. As Ejin finishes his tale, the final council member, a bird-like creature, arrives. Without hesitation, Ejin and Halga use the creature's wings to escape through the window, ignoring their impending pardon. Free but shaken, they return home to find it deserted. After retrieving Ejin's loot, they gather at the tavern to plan their next move. A flyer leads them to discover that Forge is now Lord of Neverwinter. They journey to Neverwinter, amidst preparations for the High Sun Games. At the Lord's castle, they find Kira, who is happier to see Halga than her own father, feeling abandoned. Reuniting with Forge, they learn he used stolen riches to become Lord of Neverwinter, with Sci-Fi as his advisor. Ejin discovers Forge lied to Kira about his arrest, worsening the situation with wanted posters for their capture. Hurt by the lies, Kira flees, and Forge refuses to give them Kira or the tablet. Ejin and Halga attempt an attack but are stopped by Sci-Fi, who reveals she and Forge plan to betray the team from the start. Forge orders their imprisonment, but Sci-Fi secretly orders their execution. In an alley, Halga fights off guards with her barbarian prowess, escaping with Ejin. Meanwhile, Forge convinces Kira that Ejin and Halga abandoned her. Realizing they must rescue Kira and the tablet, Ejin and Halga seek allies. They find Simon, who is entertaining with magic tricks hiding his thefts. When Simon sees his old friends, he's so shocked that he messes up his spell, and the audience realizes they've been tricked. Enraged, they try to attack Simon, who clumsily defends himself with magic gone awry. His spells send people flying to the ceiling and himself out the window, but luckily, Halga catches him. As they flee, Simon agrees to help but admits his magic isn't enough against Sci-Fi. They need a druid to get inside. Simon knows one, and they rush to her aid just as soldiers are about to execute her. Suddenly, a horse transforms into an owlbear, rescuing the druid named Doric and fleeing into the woods. Meeting Doric in her home in the Elven Woods, they learn she doesn't trust humans because her family abandoned her for being a tiefling. She agrees to help because she hates Forge for destroying the forest and killing her people. Meanwhile, in her private quarters, Sci-Fi reveals herself as an evil red wizard and communicates with her master, the Lich Zastam. He shares with Sci-Fi their ultimate plan, which involves manipulating Forge to revive the High Sun Games. Sci-Fi joins Forge as he convenes with other lords to discuss the games. The castle vault, where riches from bets will be kept, is protected by an unbreakable seal. Sci-Fi detects a spy, who turns out to be Doric in disguise. Guards pursue her, but she shapeshifts into various animals to evade capture. Doric informs the group about Sci-Fi's evil intentions and the seal on the vault. Simon reveals he can't break the seal without the Helmet of Disjunction, rumored to be lost ages ago. Halga suggests her people, who fought the Cult of the Dragon, might know its whereabouts. Meanwhile, Sci-Fi hires an assassin to hunt the team and orders the guards who let Doric escape to be killed. The group stops at Halga's old home, where she retrieves belongings, including her walking stick. Despite her heartache over her ex-husband's new relationship, he remains friendly. That evening, they reach a graveyard of Evermore's battle casualties. With Simon's magic, the corpses can answer up to 5 questions each. They dig, learning from each body that someone else took the helmet. After questioning numerous bodies, they discover that the helmet was passed to Zank from Thay, homeland of the Red Wizards. Ejin harbors distrust toward Thians due to Zia's death, but the others convince him to seek Zank's aid, known for his past as a paladin. Days later, they find Zank performing more heroic deeds, calming a sea creature and rescuing a swallowed baby. In a meeting, they inform Zank about Sci-Fi. He recounts the Red Wizard's history, detailing Zastam's rise to power using the stolen horn, enslaving souls to expand his reign. Zank agrees to give them the helmet only if Ejin promises to distribute Forge's wealth among Neverwinter's people. The team journeys to the bowels of the Underdark, where the helmet lies hidden. While traveling, Zank recounts witnessing Zastam's corruption and his decision to use his skills for good. Having narrowly escaped the Red Wizard's spell, Zank bears a mark on his forehead. Meanwhile, Safina's assassin continues to shadow them. They descend into the Underdark city, passing unnoticed by Rochnons who prey only on intelligent beings. Next, they navigate a dwarvish bridge filled with traps over a chasm. Zank skillfully guides them through the traps on the dwarvish bridge, but Simon accidentally triggers a collapse. Halga rummages in her bag for rope and discovers her walking stick, actually a hither-thither staff that opens portals up to 500 yards. Using it, they safely cross the chasm and reach a statue activated by Zank to release the helmet. Suddenly, they're ambushed by Safina's assassins. Zank swiftly dispatches them, engaging the leader in a fierce duel. Despite his victory, the undead Thians persist. A fat dragon blocks their escape, causing chaos. Zank intervenes, stabbing the dragon, but it remains alive. As they flee, they're cornered in a cave filling with saltwater. Ejin devises a plan. They hide underwater, provoking the dragon to breathe electricity. Simon ignites a flame, causing an explosion that frees them to swim to safety. Zank bids farewell and departs. Simon attempts to wield the helmet but encounters his ancestor, who doubts his abilities. Rejected, Simon's morale sinks. Ejin confesses his past and failures, prompting the team to reaffirm their loyalty. Inspired, Halga suggests using the staff to infiltrate the castle instead of the helmet. First, they buy a painting and hide a portal under it. Ejin hides under leaves on the road, waiting for Forge's treasure carriage to pass. They attach the painting to the carriage, and Simon opens another portal nearby. Halga pushes the carriage's wood through the painting, letting Doric inside with the painting. During the process, the frame almost falls, and Simon almost gets pulled out, but Doric saves him with her tail. They close the portal, and Doric returns the painting before escaping as a bug. Later, they arrive in Neverwinter for the High Sun Games, a series of dangerous challenges. Forge starts the games and promises a surprise for everyone afterward. Guards store the painting with other riches, but it falls, making the portal unusable. Doric tries to carve a hole for a bug while Ejin encourages Simon to try the helmet again. Simon creates an illusion to distract guards, but it fails, and they chase the team. Halga stays behind to fight, knocking out guards. Simon puts on the helmet and confronts his ancestor, gaining confidence and opening the vault. A guard knocks out Doric while magical tentacles capture Halga and Simon. Ejin finds who he thinks is Kira and apologizes, but it's actually Safina in disguise, capturing him too. Forge plans to execute them, but Ejin persuades him to let them compete in the games first. They find themselves in the Colosseum, where Simon and Doric's magic is blocked. The first event is a maze with monsters. They run, facing illusions and mimics. Doric finds a sword, but Halga falls victim to a mimic. Doric saves her, losing her bracelet in the process. Ejin plans to escape with Kira, leaving Safina in charge. In the maze, Doric gets stuck in a gelatinous cube. Halga helps her, but the bracelet remains. Ejin is trapped by another monster, but they break him free from the illusion. They exit the maze and are caged for the next challenge. Ejin suggests escaping instead of advancing. Doric's idea involves jumping into the gelatinous cube. They escape in it and, after the challenge, Doric transforms into a snake to free them. They find keys to free Simon and knock out guards at the dock, where they find the boat with the riches and the tablet. When Forge and Kira arrive, they use the tablet to prove their innocence. Kira finally trusts them, but Forge threatens her with a knife. While Forge talks like a typical villain, Halga throws a potato at him, freeing Kira. She joins the team as they board the boat to escape. Simon uses magic to create a wave that hits Forge. Kira forgives Ejin as they make amends. As Safina executes her plan using the horn, convincing Forge to host the games and lure people in for a sinister purpose, a dark cloud looms over the city. The team decides to intervene and stop her. Ejin devises a plan. Simon opens a portal on the ship, linking it to a massive balloon above the Colosseum. As the riches pour through the portal, the attendees rush to grab gold, breaking free from Safina's spell. Ejin advises Kira to hide with her necklace while the team confronts Safina. She retaliates with a fire spell, but Simon shields them. Doric transforms into an owlbear and attacks Safina, who activates a dragon statue. Despite their efforts, the stone dragon remains unaffected by their attacks. When the dragon targets Ejin, Doric realizes they must target Safina instead, breaking the spell. Safina ensnares Halga and Ejin in a sphere and summons a giant hand to attack Doric. Simon, now confident, summons his own hand to fight back. Despite their efforts, Safina destroys the dragon while the sphere containing Ejin and Halga shatters. Unfazed, the team continues to attack Safina relentlessly until she activates a time-freezing spell, gloating about her victory. However, it was all part of the team's plan. Invisible Kira sneaks up and puts the bracelet on Safina, blocking her magic. Doric transforms into an owlbear and delivers a beating to Safina until she is defeated. The team celebrates their victory, but their joy is short-lived as they find Halga mortally wounded. Kira mourns over her, and Ejin realizes the depth of their bond. He decides to use the tablet to revive Halga. As the team celebrates, Forge attempts to flee with stolen gold but is caught by Zank. With Sci-Fi's magic undone, the original City Lord awakens and honors the heroes with medals for saving Neverwinter. Forge is imprisoned and tries to plead for pardon by sharing his tragic backstory, but the council remains unmoved. Desperate, Forge tries to escape by flying with the bird creature, but the council seals all windows, thwarting his plan, leaving him to crash into a wall in defeat.
Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you will not miss any of our video updates.